Hello, 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 hello. Welcome, welcome, welcome. I just want to see how is it going. Again, Jack Bigadoo here. If you don't know me, I I was on for a long time and then I disappeared and then I showed back up. And yeah, 2 years of hiatus and finally, guess who's back? I don't know the restriction of YouTube. Otherwise, I will have already played. Guess who's back? But uh, yeah, New Year, Happy New Year to everyone. Trying all the kinks here, using a new streaming platform. So I want to make sure we get all the kinks out on this first episode, and then we'll do every any type of adjustment that is needed later on. And the more we go and the more we do things, we'll see how it goes. I'm trying to do portrait to see how it works, especially for the people on TikTok and on Instagram, so they get to actually have a better view and profile of what we have. So yes, I want to make sure we are able to see everyone. One of the things I would say, if you are here and if you're watching, make sure you give me a thumbs up so I know that you're here. Put hello in the comment. But if you don't know me, my name is Jack Bigadoo. I'm also known on the Whiskey Street as the Hood Sommelier. What do? I teach people about whiskey and like a good time. And I believe Mondays suck. And one of the things I want to do is for us to get back into the learning, get back into knowing each other better. So a lot of things are gonna happen. A lot of things are gonna be different here. And I want to make sure that you guys also see. Like I said, this is a new kind of platform, new way of doing things. I want to see how it works, and then based on how it works, obviously, we will adjust as we go. But if you're here, thank you for joining. And if you know what Monday Sucks is, or you were what I call an OG Monday Sucks watcher, put an F in the chat. We'll be more than happy to. So I'm checking everyone and everybody to see if every platform that I have this on is actually working the right way, so I know the best way to actually to make this work. So for everybody watching, if you're here, if you're on Facebook, or if you're on YouTube, or if you're on TikTok, I would love to see comments to see how well is this actually working versus what I currently have going on. So I would love to really see how things are. So if you're watching me for someone particularly, make sure you let me know from where, so I know what to do and how to do it. So I think everybody here is on. Looks like everybody is on right now. If you're here, thanks for joining. All right. Uh, this show will not cannot happen without obviously having a backup, having someone who actually can help bring this whole thing together. So this year, I used to have a past host, but this year, as we're coming back, we're changing host. He's not sure yet. He's not sure about being a co-host yet. So this is his trial period. This is currently his trial period. So I want to make sure that we welcome him and we make him feel welcome. Like I said, there's like we'll probably switch the screen a couple times, see how things work out, and then we'll create eventually create um, a new overlay to make sure that you know, we actually are, good here. So if you're here, I'm just gonna type welcome, welcome to Monday Sucks. Um, if I can write English, I'm probably one of the first people that will be deported. I can't even write Mondays. All right. So uh, you guys may know or may not know him, but I know him as Lewis. But on this whiskey street, he's known as the Bourbon Steals Mills. I never knew where that name come from, so I'm gonna let him tell us where that name come from and how is it that he's expecting to actually be or bring something new to the show. So I can't wait to hear what he have to say. Ladies and gentlemen, the maybe future co-host because he said he's not sure yet. He called himself the Eminem of this piece. So
Oh
yeah,
man,
welcome to the show. How are you doing, my man?
I am good, man. Thank you for having me. No, I'm good. It's been a long day today, but I'm happy to be here. I'm excited, pumped. I'm ready to go.
All right, all right. So before we introduce you,
Mm.
or before we actually get you on to tell the folks who you are, what you do, and pretty much, how you do it, or what you do in the whiskey industry. We need to roll through what I like to call our first segment. Is meant for a wider face. But yeah, what are we drinking? What is Monday? What are you drinking? Most whiskey people always like to drink Michter's on Monday, but I like to be a little different.
Well, I'm actually drinking. Eric, Bourbon and Time. He's got his Bardstown bourbon pick. So
Okay.
this is their the single barrel. This is the Kentucky Straight Rye. So
Okay.
I've been drinking this one. So this one's killer. So yeah, I came home kind of late. I was out with my kids in their basketball games today. So this was all I was thinking about as soon as I got home. So cheers.
All right. Your Mondays and rye. Wow, that is new. I would have never thought about that.
See me,
Mondays and
I know it's like everyone's got like Rye Friday, Michter's Monday. You know what? I just follow whatever it is I have a taste for. So it's like I may have something higher proof, lower proof. So I don't follow the trend, I guess, every day of like Michter's Monday or Rye Friday or
Weller
anything.
Wednesday.
Yeah, Weller Wednesday. You know what I'm saying? So I just go with whatever I like and whatever I want to enjoy that day. So
Okay. Okay. I mean, nothing wrong with that.
nope,
Nothing wrong with that.
nope.
So I'm out here seeing everybody. I mean, everyone is on right now
Yeah.
on TikTok. TikTok family. Thanks for joining. Instagram. I see y'all. I think this is the time where I'm gonna get a, what do you call it? I'm gonna get an assistant to just track every single one of these things where it's happening right now, and
Yeah.
you know how to actually make it work. Yeah, but I haven't had anything yet. I haven't thought about what I want yet. So I'm looking at everyone here. People apparently we yeah everyone is joining here. They're liking. So if you're on TikTok, if you're on Facebook, give us a thumbs up. If you're on IG, same thing. We appreciate a thumbs up for everyone on IG, um, and everyone on TikTok. We appreciate you, King. Thank you so much. We're already receiving gifts on TikTok, so we're kind of cool,
There
you
we
know.
go.
Eventually, I'll have an assistant to actually thank people for all their gift. Again, you can support the channel by either gifting or on TikTok, or you can You can subscribe on that. If you look on top of my TikTok, on top of my YouTube, there is a subscribe button that kind of let you know what is happening. There's a lot of things that are going to happen in the next 3 months, so you want to be aware of it. You want to make sure that you subscribe on top. You subscribe to the channel, uh, and I'll be more than happy to actually go. So yeah, on Instagram, somebody's saying that's an amazing pick. By the way, they said that's a good pick that you're having. You
Oh
know,
yeah.
I'm
It was
gonna.
funny because when I had reached out to Eric, I'm like, I'm just gonna get one. And he was like, dude, no, like you're not gonna just get just one. You need to get more than one. You need to get two. And he was
Right.
right. He was right. So as soon as I tried it, I'm like, oh, I'm like, yeah, this is dangerous. And so I haven't had it that long, so I've already put a decent dent into it. But this is not gonna last long. So yes, check out his picks for sure.
All right. All right. Yeah. I'll thank you for the gift there on TikTok. And yeah, Spencer, welcome there on YouTube. I love all the people that are here now.
Yeah.
All yeah, the subscribers you're in. So one of the things for people that are wondering, oh, should I subscribe on TikTok or on YouTube? Yes, you should, because what's gonna happen now is that every week I'm gonna go through and check subscribers, and I'm gonna randomly send a sample to someone. I'm gonna send them a handshake. I'll be like, hey, so even if you're subscribing on Instagram, so Instagram, you have the option also to subscribe. I'm gonna send a handshake to someone. So I will be sending out, unless your name is Al, because Al is somewhere in Japan, so he doesn't count. I would just give him a phone call. But for every for everybody else, either on YouTube or that, if you're a subscriber of the channel, every week I'm gonna go through and just randomly pick one person to send something of my favorite, right? My favorite. The only message you're gonna get from me is gonna be whiskey or whiskey. It's gonna be whiskey with an E or whiskey without an E. Depending on your answer is what you get. That's all it's gonna be. So if you got it, if you hear and you got it, say got it, right? Put got it in the comment. YouTube, whatever you are, just put got it. But what I'm gonna actually bring today is one of I know everybody and their baby mama talked about their best bourbon of 2024, the best bourbon of 2020. Okay, fine, good for y'all. But this is Monday. Monday sucks, and we actually keep it raw here. One of the whiskeys that actually I didn't expect a lot out of, but impressed me, is the Rare Character Batch One, right? Rare
I've seen
Character
that bottle
Batch.
around. Yep, that
So
bottle's been.
I was quite actually impressed by this release. Bread Character Batch One is 156 at 56.5% ABV, 113. I wasn't sure what to expect, since this is going to be a standard expression, because Red Character did so much barrel picks that I was almost a little scared of what was going to happen once they actually go into making standard expression. But if you haven't watched it, it's on my YouTube. I've reviewed this on my YouTube. You can go watch it. It was not bad. So
Pop though.
yeah, no, that pop is a Monday pop. Even the whiskey knows I'm out here. I'm out here. So
Is a Monday pop.
this may be the sample somebody receive if you haven't tried it. So if you comment and you haven't tried this one yet, put put a B in the chat. Put a B in the chat if you haven't tried this. So this I'll put this on the list of things people may try. So the most interesting thing is the nose of this whiskey. It
What you
re-
getting from it?
it is interesting because the nose of this whiskey literally just remind me of Elijah Craig.
Oh, really?
Like immediately. Like there's something about Elijah Craig or Heaven Hill
Heaven
product
Hill.
that have is like a little nuttiness on
Oh
top
yeah.
of a. It's like if somebody sprinkles some paprika and nutmeg on some toasted nuts. That's what I get on the nose every
Sounds.
time I actually have Colby said B Colby said he never had this before. Okay, Colby, if you become a subscriber here, you are gonna be part of the people that can get obviously the opportunity to to try this. But this is, yeah, there is like, it's like roasted nuts and some paprika and nice nutmeg, and it's
This
nutty and spicy.
the color looks amazing on that
Oh
too.
yeah, look
That
at that.
color is beautiful.
Look at that.
Hell yeah. I like that.
There's no age on it. They didn't state an age, but according to the release, I think it's barrels from between 6 and 8 years. So,
Sounds good.
which I truly believe is the best age for whiskey anyway.
Agreed.
Yeah. So,
Agreed.
Jimmy, thank you so much for all the gift. We appreciate you here. If you oh yeah, pretty nice, pretty nice. Shout out to Rare Character for this release. It's one of those whiskeys that you you almost cannot hate because it's solid. But cheers, buddy. So
Cheers, brother.
let's hear who you are, right? So
Okay.
we need to hear who you are. So
Oh man, you going
uh
gangster on me like that. Um,
who are you?
so okay, that's kind of a loaded question. So you're saying like who am I in this community or who am I in, in general?
So
So in,
I'm gonna say who you are in the community first, and then I'm gonna ask you, when you're not in the community, who are you?
I am okay, so in the community I am Bourbon Stills Mills. I've been doing this since 2018. I got into bourbon from my neighbor Brad at the time, where at my old house where I was living, and my drink in the very beginning was you're gonna probably laugh, but it was like 7 and 7. So I had never had bourbon for like the first time, and there was the neighborhood like Christmas party, and all the neighbors had gone, so we went to it. And when I went to his house, he had asked like, "What are you drinking?" And he had a glass. It was brown liquid, just clear. And so I was nervous, and I wanted to make a good impression on everybody because it was the first time that we ever got asked to go to this party. So I said, whatever you're having. And he poured me a glass, and I'm just like, oh God, I'm gonna sip on it. I'm gonna choke. I'm just gonna make a fool of myself. And I ended up taking my first sip, and it was actually Buffalo Trace. That was the first whisk bourbon that I had ever tried, and I was like, damn, like this was amazing. And so we got to hang out more, and he learned about bourbon from like his uncle, and then he started telling me things about bourbon, and then we did a bourbon tour in October in 2018, and it just took off from there. So we went to Buffalo Trace, we went to Woodford Reserve, we went to Kentucky Artisans, which is the make Jefferson's. Um, and so as soon as I started doing the tours and learning about like whiskey and all that stuff, I this was something that I had to do. So then I opened up my own Instagram account, Bourbon Stills Mills, and it just took off from there. And I like to help, I like to promote, I like to educate. I'd love to enjoy new spirits that I've never had before. So that's who I am in this community.
So when you're not educating, teaching, telling people about whiskey, what do you do?
Oh man, I'm bored. This is boring. This is where you're gonna lose subscribers. This is where people are gonna like who the hell is this guy? Okay, so I cannot, respectively, I cannot name the company that I work for because I have
Mhm.
regulations for that.
No, no, we don't need that.
Yeah, but I am okay. So by day, I am a senior student support advisor. So what I do is I educate and manage student loan portfolios for students that are going to college. And I am also a college student. So I am trying to finish my degree. And I am a single father with 3 kids, uh, twins, boy and a girl, and an older 15-year-old daughter. So that is who I am by day. So I work. Um, After I'm done with work, I'm a soccer dad, a basketball dad. I'm either driving to soccer practice or basketball practice, going to games. So yeah, so that's basically who I am outside of this. So I told you. Let's see how many subscribers you lost
That
because I
is
killed
no,
it.
that is actually a noble job because dad's life is a real life, and mom's life, dad life, those are all actually, that's real life, right?
Yep.
Because I obviously tell a lot of people often that it's easy just to say that, oh, you quote unquote, you are an influencer or whatnot. But the truth here is life happened outside of the internet. And I feel like sometimes that thing get shifted. Life happened outside of the internet. I always tell people the internet is not real. The internet
Yep.
is not, right?
Facts.
This is just a space to create things that you believe in. But
Facts.
to be honest, let's be very clear. When you're not, when most people here, and if you're an influencer that is jumping or passing by this live, you know, give me a thumbs up if you believe this. But this is just a place to come tell people how you feel about X, Y, and Z that you had a chance to try, drink, or was
Yep.
sent. But after that, will say that in this community, I had a chance to meet people from all walks of life, from people that are in jobs that you can't even imagine. Proof here is Al. Al, when I met him, he's like, I'm in Japan. I'm like, whoa, 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 whoa. What you doing all the way back there, right? And it is true. It's yeah, it's one of those things where, yeah, we are literally are or have a life. When I'm not doing this, I'm an insurance agent. Right. So
Yeah.
I'm dealing with people risk every day, educating people on how to protect themselves. And I have a different life outside of whiskey. Like people see me and I go, that's my insurance agent, or that's the guy who wrote my life insurance. But but in reality, the truth here is I don't, I don't make all myself. I tell people whiskey or the word of whiskey is not a personality, right? It's not a personality.
Yeah.
So if this is your personality, good for you, but that's not my personality. I do other things
Yep.
outside of whiskey, but I enjoy doing this. So obviously that's why you see me creating this thing. The day I will stop enjoying it, I will stop I would stop, writing, talking, you know, talk, telling about it. But till then, I'm enjoying it. So
Do you think you could stop though? I mean, I feel like so
I,
like okay, so real talk. No,
that's a
real
good
hold on, wait,
question.
hold on. Real talk. Let me just say something. So I remember when I had first like came across your account, and I
Hmm.
remember when I first saw like a couple of your lives. And I think for anyone that goes into social media, like there's always accounts that stick out, and there's always accounts that you're glued to, and they're like, man, this person, he or she is just amazing. And I remember when I had saw your account, and I was like, damn, like you can just feel like, so how you're talking about like you have the different life outside of that. I actually thought when I had first seen you, I had thought this life and your outside life was the same. I thought this is what you actually did. So then as I got to know you, when you told me you were like an insurance, I'm like, get that thing out. I was like, hell no. I had no fam, that blew me away. So it's crazy when you see somebody here like, and I mean, dude, as knowledgeable as you are, I'm like, man, this guy is on the road. He's going teaching classes and shit. He's just doing it all. So when you had told me that was your other side of your life, I was like, man, it just like mine was blown.
But here's the one thing to keep in mind though. I will never do something that I'm not passionate about. That is my rule in life,
I've heard you
right?
say that a bunch of times.
A bunch of times, right? If I'm not passionate about it, I may do it temporarily for a coin, for an opportunity, for something. But for me to stick, when I tell people, and this may sound very odd to people, I've done this through sickness. I've done this through hard time. I've done this through breakups. I've done this through family issues. I've done this when I was in the worst mental part. Not because, let me be very honest with y'all, whiskey doesn't pay the bills. It doesn't.
Doesn't.
Whiskey may give me an opportunity to pay one or two bills every now and then, but it doesn't pay the bills. I love this.
Yeah.
I I'm passionate about bringing people, and anytime, anywhere, when someone said, I cannot count the amount of times I went and presented about whiskey, and somebody said, "Did you do that for free?" I'm like, "Yeah, I did for free." Why? Because the first thing in my head has was not the money I'm gonna get paid. First thing was my head's like, am I gonna meet new people and am I gonna actually have fun with these people? And that was, that was what I wanted to do. So it just so happened that because I'm passionate about this, I've acquired skills. I went to classes. Any opportunity I get to get a certification. As a matter of fact, as I'm speaking to you right now, tomorrow I'm jumping a class to learn more about Canadian whiskey, right? But it is little time that I don't even have. But
Yeah.
it's full passion for two reasons. One, I don't want to be the guy lying to people on the internet. That's one. Two, I want to make sure that when someone run across my profile, regardless of my accent, regardless of how I position thing, I call it my immigrant Tourette's kind of kick in sometime. I would say something that will not sound the right way, but I want to make sure that the person knows, oh, this guy means well. He just means well, regardless if black, white, Asian, Republican, Democrat. I don't care, right?
Yeah.
I just mean well, and we can all come together. I have my favorite shirt on every time I present about whiskey. Whiskey's for everybody.
Yeah.
That's something I live and I would die by. Whiskey's for everybody, and I want people to actually come together around it. So this is a passion, and one of the reason why you are here, and I approach you to say, hey, I would love for you to jump on for us to actually do this is because I see also that regardless of things you've been through in your life, you kept your passion for it. It may be just a picture here. It may be maybe a video here or a fun idea that you thought of, but you're passionate about it and you put it out there. And I like to be around people that actually are passionate about this as much as I am.
Dude, I love it. And and it's funny, like when we're passionate, because I'll go to a liquor store, and this is not to sound creepy, but I'll go to a liquor store. The one thing that I love is that you'll see somebody, it can be a man or a woman, they just sit there and they're vicariously, they're looking through, and they can't know what to select, and so I'm like, hey, can I offer you a selection? And so when like sure, and I'm like, you start asking them like, do you like high proof? Do you like low proof? Do you like a rye? Like I love that. Like I love being able to find a bottle for somebody and be like, "Hey, like this is the one that you want to try." And then, I mean, obviously, I'll never see those people again, so I don't know if they like it. But on here, when you were talking about before about not getting paid or whatever, to me, it's like the people that I've made, and I can't see everyone's comments, but if there are people that know me, I love you all anyway. But being able to try expressions that I would never have the opportunity to try, and then being able to meet, some of the outstanding people in the community, like master distillers, even the workers, like day in and day out, that create spirits, and even like people who follow and they comment on your posts and all that stuff. To me, like that is most gratifying. And then I know when like I do my posts, I try to put a lot of heart into it, and I try to put a lot, some humor into it as well, because I don't want to be too serious. I like my own style, but I think for me, the heart is being able to see everyone enjoy what I do, and that's that passion. That's what fuels me. That's what keeps me going.
All right. All right. Now, as we know what we're drinking, you drinking Barstown.
Yep.
I'm drinking rare character. Uh yeah, we are gonna get to my favorite segment of the show before we actually go in and craziest thing is, yeah, I literally have so much work to go on as we're doing this. I'm now being more smart about this, but this segment, if you don't read it all, I will read it for you. The segment is called He is the guy that tell us everything that come on the TTB before he even comes. So I love and respect this man, and I'm actually glad he's here. So every week or every time we have this show, Jacob will have something for us. So for all of you guys here are the things that are coming on the TTB. So let take a listen.
Hey, it's Jake with Coming Whiskey. So I'm here to give you the TTB approved labels for American whiskey over the last week. We have a plethora of Fiddler Encore labels from ASW. We have Talanua's single barrel cask strength. Old Potrero has a finishing series out with a beer barrel and a wine barrel from California operations. We have the Russell's Reserve 2025 edition of the 13-year bourbon. We have Dark Arts Triple Barrel Blend Bourbon. Old Forester's the 117 series Prohibition era still proof. Interesting stuff. We have Old Elk's Folds of Honor. We have High West with the Bottled and Bond Bourbon, rye previously released. This one's bourbon. We have the Found North and Prime Barrel collaboration for a private blend. Onyx and Amber 8-year American whiskey. Blue Run's Flight 3 series. We have Whiskey Thief with a cacao nib finish. We have Ironfish Mad Angler. This is a bottled and bond offering bourbon, but it is slow proofed in the barrel, something interesting. We have K. Luke's Single Barrel Rye Whiskey. We have Pursuit United or Pursuit's Triple Mash Rye Whiskey barrel proof offering. Virginia Distillery has the Brewers Coalition, a collaboration with Boulevard. We have Old Forester's 2025 edition of Birthday Bourbon coming in at 12 years. And we have Rare Characters limited release Kentucky Straight Whiskey. Whistle Pig has a wheat whiskey collaboration with Liquid Death. Bardstown Bourbon is releasing a private select single barrel of bourbon finished in Cabernet barrels. World Whiskey Society has their Members Reserve, which is a 12-year Kentucky bourbon finished in cask from the Macallan. Few is releasing cask strength bourbon, and the big hitter is Weller 18 wheat whiskey, not bourbon, wheat whiskey. And Bull Run is doing a whiskey finished in both Pinot Noir casks and Ochino casks, and then the fun one, Deer Pig. This is Coming Whiskey. Check them out.
All right. All right. If you're here, you heard the man. And if you don't follow Jake, uh
I love Jake.
oh, absolutely. So Bourbon with Friend, thanks for joining. Thanks for joining. Bourbon with Friends. We appreciate it. So if you don't know him, his name is Coming Whiskey. Coming Whiskey is the handle. So make sure you give him a follow. His name is Jake. Great guy. Great guy. Um, probably one of those people that is very straightforward. I like to call as a person. Is very straightforward.
Yep.
It's Coming Whiskey. Make sure you actually you give him a follow. Make sure you check him out. He'll be our newscaster for for the what is coming on the market. So you guys are seeing it this way. Maybe next episode we're gonna do it wide, kind of see what works best
Best.
as far as everyone is concerned. But yeah, Bourbon with Friend, thanks for showing up here. Make sure you share, bring people over. I know we're new. I didn't really do any marketing for this because I really want to see how this platform work. I used to use StreamYard, but now I'm using this platform. I really want to see how how that works. So, but yeah, the craziest thing is every Sunday, when I know there is a show Monday,
Yep.
uh, I always will put up a tweet on Beyonce's internet or on now on Musk internet to see what the whiskey people on Twitter think. So this new we got new segment. So I always like to make sure we get this new segment that are coming. And again, as you hear this, make sure you subscribe, you like, you share with your friends. That's what we want to see. So the which platform am I using? Bourbon Lens, thank you so much for stopping by. We appreciate it. And Which platform am I using? A good question. The platform is Restream. I'm loving Restream because they actually allow you to actually do it the way you want to. But you can do wide, you can do straight. But usually, if you're doing something for TikTok and Instagram, and that is easy to actually go. So I tweeted a question. I tweeted a question this Sunday. So if you guys, if you are on Twitter, I'm TT Jacques one on Twitter, but you can just look up Hood Sommelier, and yeah, you know who actually found me faster than anybody? Spence Mav. Spence Mav already found me and followed me on Twitter. I just got a notification. Y'all are fast. Y'all, everybody fast.
He wants that
He
sample.
found he found me already, and and already even followed me. So shout out, man. Shout out for actually following. But uh what do you call it? What we have here is the question I ask on my Twitter for the folks is, and I'm gonna type this, and I would love to hear what y'all think of this. So you can only pour yourself, one whiskey brand, one whiskey brand. You can only pour yourself one whiskey brand, and you are allowed to have any expression of that brand. Any. So you can have even the most expensive expression of that brand. So let's say it's Heaven Hill, it's Wild Turkeys. That's all you can have. You can have any of their expression.
Oh, I already know what I'm picking.
So, but you can only have that one brand for the rest of your life.
I already know what I already know what it'd be. I already know what I would pick.
So you can only have that one brand for the rest of your life.
I am okay with this brand for the rest of my life. I think if anyone who knows me would answer, anyone can answer that question.
Okay. You can have any of their expression.
Yep.
Right? Any of their expression you can have, right? So the question is, give me a second. The question is expression, any of their expression. I'm gonna put in the chat. Bourbon Lands already answered. You can have any of their expressions. What do you pick?
Urban Lens, love you, dude.
What do you pick? All right. Okay, so I will read a few answers that were quite interesting to me. So here's the question. So here's what: you can only pour yourself one whiskey brand for the rest of your life. You can have any of their expression. What do you pick? If I can write English, what do you pick? Right. So uh, as of now, the question is, what do you pick? Um, let's see. When I'm looking at here, we already have an answer on Instagram. Instagram say
What
Jack
is it?
Daniels, please. But that's
Hey,
big whiskey. So we know Big Whiskey is a Jack Daniel fan. So I want to see in the comment. I want you to put in the comment. So we're gonna start with the first people answering here right now. Uh definitely
ooh, doers.
Definitely, we have Heaven Hill. Bourbon Land say he'll pour himself some Heaven Hill. Uh,
I'm not surprised by
Heaven
that.
Hill. I'm biased, so yes, Heaven Hill definitely is a great expression.
Mictors.
Oh, we got
Which
Victor,
Mictors though?
Sean.
Which Mictors?
Yeah, which
Which
you
Mictors though?
which Victors, right? I should make it more difficult and say only one expression. Doers. You know what? I have my uh I have the person that say doers. I'm looking at you sideways right now. I'm looking at you sideways because Doers, being the oldest, kind of one of the oldest home of single malt whiskey and blended scotch as well, they were good, but I feel like Doers is the only whiskey brand that would not evolve. Like they will one off, like somebody, like someone come and wake you up, like, and they'll put out one weird expression, but then they don't really keep up with the market. They like the cheap whiskey to make highballs and pour to your grandpa when you say, "I've been drinking whiskey since you're born. So give me some whiskey."
This is Brian
Yeah.
Dewey, by the way.
I know who it is. I mean, I know what I'm saying. I know exactly who it is.
You definitely are
But
right.
this is also a really good question. I will tell you one thing, guys. One thing, and this is my office, but one thing people don't know: Boulder Spirit, Boulder Spirit is one of those whiskeys that, like, for me, is a sleeper. It's truly a sleeper in the industry, and more people should pay attention to Boulder Spirit. If you want to know more about Boulder Spirit, go on my YouTube channel right now. Look up Boulder Spirit. I've interviewed them. I've had them on. Their expressions, I even posted about one of their latest expressions, their cast strength expression. That shit is fantastic.
I said the other day, I don't know why I don't see much of their shit on the Instagram because they're hot. Like they're phenomenal. So yeah.
I have on TikTok we have I'll say Suntory for me. He wants Suntory. Suntory is what he will drink. So he'll I mean I'm okay. I'm okay with that. I'm definitely okay with that. You know.
I'm still waiting for Sean to tell me which Michters. I'm waiting to hear that.
Yeah, that would be an interesting one. That'll be an interesting one. Oh, Gavin Hill. Ooh, give me the Heaven Hill portfolio. IG is hot here. But people, somebody say Balvenie 14. I would tell you what. And this is barely Tony makes a valid point. If you're into single malt, and you have not had Balvenie 14, or you're afraid of single malt and you want to know what to get, the major gateway to actually get into whiskey, to get into single malt, Balvenie 14 Caribbean cask.
Ooh.
Balvenie 14 Caribbean cask. I'll put my reputation on it.
Damn, you going as far as that? You going
I'll
as
put
far
my
as that?
reputation on it. If you've never had Balvenie 14-year Caribbean cask and you're afraid of even jumping into single malt, trust me, that's what you want. So I'm just telling y'all right now. But yeah, we have an answer. But let's see what Twitter has to say about this, right? So funny thing is, Twitter, first thing that happened immediately, first person to answer on Twitter say Wild Turkey. So Wild Turkey sing the
Ooh.
Rick House, the 15 to 13, they're going for it. Master Keep if possible, but hard to beat is gonna be Wild Turkey all day. That's
Wild
that's what
turkey.
that's what we got the first one. Second person is it was actually Jake. Jake say, based on what I tried in the Barrel Warehouse from Spirit of French Lake. If you don't know Spirit of French Lake, they used to have Alan Bishop.
Alan
I have
Bishop, yep.
my sister, but Alan Bishop now have a new operation themselves, and I cannot wait for the alchemist to give us the whiskey that he's working on, because that's gonna be bananas. So I'm actually very, very excited. So yeah, Alan Bishop, never forgotten. The man is the man. Wild Turkey and Beam all day. So somebody say Wild Turkey, Beam will be second if they don't have Wild Turkey.
Beam.
What do you call it? Oh, you can pick one distillery. You can pick one distillery on, but I'm not gonna make it difficult. But we will make it difficult later on. But for now, somebody can hear on TikTok say, I will have sent Ben Holiday,
Okay. Okay.
and that I call Ben Holiday the Midwest jewel.
That makes sense.
Like, I'm telling y'all right now, people, I hear people who talk about, oh, distilleries to watch out for, distillery to look out for, and I don't see Ben Holiday in the list. I'm like, are you kidding me? Are you kidding me? Do you know what is happening at Ben Holiday? They have not missed yet on any of their bourbon.
Nope.
And the reason why I actually like them is because they're the first people that brought new expression into bourbon.
Yep.
So they don't call their bourbon barrel proof. They
Nope.
call it Rick House proof.
Rex House proof. Yep.
They don't call it a single barrel. They call it a one barrel. Right? They don't. They what do you call it? What else do they do? Like I love the team at Ben Holiday. Like I love them. There is like a list of 10 distillery that I can go visit every day and I can walk in and feel like we're friends. Everybody else is more like I don't kind of know you, but you cool. But
Yeah.
Ben Holiday, I can drive 2 hours down the line and just go see it. As a matter of fact,
Here we
who
go.
want to see a Ben Holiday Monday Sucks barrel?
Do it.
That's the question.
Do it.
That's the question. That'll be the question of the day. But Jason here say Weller all the way, and somebody say Beam. So far, according to the answers, Beam, Beam definitely, Beam and Turkey are that. So let's come to you, my friend. What would you know, what would be your choice when it comes to you know
The
things.
one spirit that I can drink for the rest of my life and I would be okay with it, and I can drink anything in their distillery is, I'm surprised no one has said this yet, if anyone that knew me, but it would be, my heart is with Blue Run Spirits. I love their high rye bourbon. Like that
Okay.
to me, their high rye, that speaks volumes to me, because one thing I love about bourbon is that um if the proof, and when you drink it, if it doesn't drink like the proof, like to me that is a dangerous bottle.
Okay, we got Blue Run in the house. Okay,
Blue Run
okay.
high rye bourbon, that is the one spirit that I can live and die by for the rest of my life, 100%. I may get some haters about it, but that's okay. But that's just me. Yeah,
I
that's
always say here is the one thing I know.
like,
I love what Shay's doing with Blue Run. Right, I love what Shay's doing with Blue
she
Run.
is amazing.
She's definitely or is putting up good blends, and that my only thing with Blue Run have always been my only hiccup. Is like it is not a brand that is a premium, offering. It's not a brand that you can actually go back to it's not something you can have every month or every 2 months. Like, oh,
Yeah,
I buy this bottle all the time. It's almost like, oh, I wanna do something for myself, so I'm gonna pick up this bottle
yeah, yeah.
versus at least something that you can pick up literally every time and just drink because of price point. So that's my only thing really with Blue Run. But beside that, I have no problem with Blue Run. I have
Yep.
no
No,
problem with Blue Run. Their expressions are solid.
the thing
So
is when it comes to, like, and you brought up price. I mean, everyone, like, I mean, when it comes to price, I feel like price is always a sensitive topic, you know. But the one thing, and again, this is all my opinion. I don't want no haters out there. But the one thing that I've always said is that, does what's inside the bottle justify the price? And again, like, my opinion, I feel like everything that I've tried with Blue Run, and as much criticism they get is about their price, I feel that what's inside justifies it, especially that high rye bourbon. So I would never, I mean, I personally, I will never argue the price of it. Now, if I had like $300, am I going to just buy $300 worth of Blue Run? Probably not. I'll probably buy the high rye bourbon and buy some other stuff. But I would feel like if someone's like, "Hey, Lewis, if I need to spend, like, $175, what's a good bottle that you think I would try?" I would, I personally would recommend that one. That's me.
okay, okay. I mean, there's literally nothing wrong with that. As a matter of
Yep.
fact, it's a good thing. What do you call it? You know,
Oh, Sean responded. He said Michter's Barrel Strength Rye. Ooh.
I would tell you what, Michter Barrel Strength Rye. There is two ryes that were my my getaway into rice because I used to be a rye hater. Like I'm talking about hater for real, like a rye hater. And
Really?
oh yeah, oh yeah. Like for being a whiskey guy, I used to literally just hate rice.
I'm surprised to hear you say that, to be
Oh
honest.
no, it was literally a thing. I will I will literally look at Ryan and I say, nope, I don't know who you are. I don't care to know who you are. I don't even wanna try anything that is right.
You were just like anti-rye. You would not mess with
Because
it. You didn't want nothing to
rye
do with it.
just gave me a heartburn and I just wouldn't drink rye. For years, I would literally just say, no rye, anything
Wow.
but rye. And next thing I knew, I had Michter's barrel strength rye, and my life changed.
Uh-oh.
My life changed. It was one of those things where it was like, in a way, this is that good. In a way, this is that good.
So what would
And
you say is your favorite rye? If you had to pick one, what would you say is your favorite one?
you know the craziest thing? My favorite rye will be number one on my list is Jack Daniel single barrel rye.
I got some of that up there.
The second one will be Michter's barrel strength rye. The
Yeah.
third one will be the like what I'm talking about rye that um I will drink no matter what. And those ryes for me will be uh even on good or bad day will be a Tokai from Penelope.
I was about to say that. That is my top three. So mine were Sagamore, the barrel strength. I love the Sagamore. I love the hotness. I love they just packs that punch. Now, the rye that actually started my journey, and I will all like people will probably laugh at me, but um I the pricing point is there, the flavor profile's there, is the Old Forester 100 proof rye.
Okay.
I,
Awful. I mean, awful 100 is one of those. It's almost weird not to enjoy that because awful 100 is the rye.
I love that rye. Like that is, and it because you know Mikey Pinstripe, the Bourbon and Rye Club. He is the one
Yeah.
who was. It was funny when he introduced rye to me. He said rye was, and I'll never forget when he said this. He's like,
Oh,
rye.
he's a rye junkie. Mikey
Yes.
Mikey is a
Oh
rye
yeah.
junkie.
Oh yeah. And I had asked, like, why does nobody like rye? And I remember he had said rye is like the redheaded stepchild that nobody likes.
Yep. And he loves rye. He
And he
loves
loves
rye.
rye. So then he had recommended one, and he had said try the Old Forester 100 proof rye. And I remember I bought a bottle, 19.99, $19.99, which you cannot beat that. So I remember I had tried it, and I instantly sent him a message, and I was like, "Dude, why is nobody talking about this? Like, what the hell is going on?" So that one to me is always like my true banger, but the Tokai. Like I love the Penelope like that is
The
just
Penelope Tokai is like, and I'm gonna sound a little PG 13 here. The Penelope Tokai for me, and y'all forgive me before you hear this. Imagine having a crush on a girl for a long time. Like
oh
in
man.
your head, you've imagined kissing her. What is that gonna be like? And then you get the opportunity to kiss her, and it's exactly what you thought in your head. Is that is what happened. It's like if I've dreamed of the perfect rye, but I never really had it because everything always had something, but there's a little something with, but that was like the perfect imagination of a rye. And then you had a sip of that and you go, this is exactly what I imagine in my head. This will be when it happened. And that's what happened to me. Like
Yeah.
when I had Penelope Tokai, I was like, okay, I've thought about a lot of ways that a good rye should be, and this is a good rye.
When I had tried, so when the Bourbon Thieves, when they did the pick with Penelope, and it was the Tokai Rye, and I remember when I had tried that bottle, and it was funny that you talk about keeping everything PG-13. It was literally I had tried it, and I'm like I turned my phone off. I just wanted to be alone. I didn't want to be bothered. I didn't want nobody to fucking bother me. Don't come to my house. Don't call me. Just leave. I even wanted to call him to work the next day because this bottle
It
was
was that good. It was
it was
that good.
that good. And it was like, hey, like, and I think I'm not kidding. I think when I had it, I don't have it anymore because it's fucking gone. But I remember when I bought, because I had bought 2 bottles of it. I think the first night I put a nice dent into it, and it was just the smoothest, fucking creamiest, heatest rye I had in a long time. And so yeah, I fully back your story on the PG-13.
I'm telling you, it was, man. So Bourbon with Friend asked us, what about 173 proof rye from the mountains? I will have to try that.
Oh yeah,
I am I will have to try that to actually see what exactly is happening, because 173 already feel like it's time for me to start dying slowly.
It's definitely one of those ones that you're gonna have to get in the mood for. You ain't gonna start with it. You ain't gonna end with it because you're gonna be
Mm-mm,
fucked up regardless of whatever it is that
mm-mm.
you're trying to do. And I don't even know how you can fit that in between. It's kind of, and it was funny because I was talking to another guy, because remember that Booker's post that I just did, and like the ones that just drink so hot like that, it's just like, man, like, can I start? Can I end? Like, ooh, 173. Ew, that's something.
173 is hazmat. That's all it is. Just
That's not
hazmat.
fucking hazmat. That's like hanging out with the devil and shit. Like, you know what I'm saying?
Start
That's
telling
like,
people secrets you didn't even know you had.
no. Oh, dude. I would want to try it just to see what the hell comes from it. Like, what am I gonna like? Either you're gonna wake up with a badass hangover. There's gonna be some shit that's gonna be happening to you once that shit hits. I mean, it ain't gonna be. It's not gonna be like you thinking about kissing a woman for the first time. It, it's. You don't know what you're gonna expect from that.
For me, it's more like I don't know. I'm getting older, so I try my best not to actually like literally. My tagline is, the truth is barrel proof, but
Yeah,
for me, barrel proof should not be over 145. Right? It's like barrel proof is for ideal barrel proof for me is 145 ish will be the highest I would go.
yeah.
After that, I mean, me and my doctor will have to fight later on. I can't do it. I can't do it. I really can't. I just can't do it.
No,
I would
if it's
leave
one of
that
those.
for the young kids. They can do it, because I can't do it. I think I enjoy good. I love to taste my whiskey too much,
Yeah,
which will be a subject I think we can bring on later on.
yeah.
What would you consider your highest proof that you're comfortable with, right? That's a that would be a good conversation. What would you consider your highest proof?
See,
That
that's a hard one because there are just some that are really high, but they don't drink high. It
yeah.
would have to be that's high that just drinks that high. So I think like I'd have to give that one some thought. I already have 2 in my mind that just stick out that way, and
I
it's
I really have to see what that looks like, because I no, 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 thank you. No, thank you. No, no, can do. No, thank you.
Not
Can't do
happening.
it.
Check, please.
Nah, I can't. I can't do it. It's just, for me, it's just a little too much. I have to review exactly how. Mm-mm.
And the thing is when you pour it, how much? Okay, so here's the thing: how much and how long is it going to take? like, you know what I'm saying?
Dude, it'll be the slowest sipping I've ever done in my life.
You're gonna put an ice cube in it too, or you just
Nah,
gonna
but
drink
shit, I'm definitely. You know what? You know what? I tell y'all what. I will be honest. I've never been ashamed as a person to put water in my whiskey. If you don't put water in your whiskey, that's your problem. But I've never
opens up
been
the
ashamed
profile.
to
It
put water in
opens
my
up the
whiskey.
profile.
I will put water in my whiskey. I will tone it down. I'll put water in my whiskey. So
You almost have to with some of these.
yes,
You almost
yes.
have to.
But
Yeah.
definitely, yeah, this was how we are coming on Beyonce's internet. I'm gonna try to keep this under an hour this time. Eventually the goal is we're gonna have guests coming on. They are gonna talk to us about their whiskey. We're gonna dive in and do that, but I don't want to bore you all too much with
Yep.
our shenanigans today. It is Monday after all. It sucks after all. Anything that is coming up for you before I go to the news of uh of the week for people to hear, so people kind of prepare themselves. These are things I'm gonna be repeating every week as they're coming up, so you're aware of what's happening. So you don't say that you have not heard it,
Yeah.
you know, or you didn't know that it was.
It was coming.
Yeah. So I want to make sure that I want to make sure that uh, oh yeah, you know, Jesus Christ. Brian sent me a whole ass email. Why he can just send me literally a text and then I'll just bring him in. I swear to God.
You got some
He
reading to
sent
do
me a
now tonight.
whole ass email. I'm gonna call him tomorrow and ask him, why you sending me a whole ass email when you can actually just I don't understand, brother. But just send me a whole ass email. Just
Oh,
anyway. Um, what are things that are coming up? I want to make sure everybody's aware of what is coming up here.
coming up.
Um, what do you call it? Um, first thing, first thing first. I want to make sure you guys are aware that when it comes to food and whiskey, I'm always there to have a good time.
Yep.
When it comes to food and whiskey, I want you to actually jump in and come in. If you are visiting, if you're visiting the Beam Distillery, March 1st, I'm having a dinner. We're gonna have some Afro Caribbean and some Beam. Rumor has it, I don't know, but rumor has it we may be having uh, something special for people to try. Right. So
Ooh.
Beam Distillery, Beam Distillery. If you don't get it here, here's the link. The ticket is a little up there because we are doing something special for people that night. But that's the link for you to actually get your tickets. That's the link to get your tickets. Is obviously gonna be in my link tree as well. But that's the tickets to actually come to the Beam Distillery in Claremont. So I'm trying to talk to them to see if maybe the guest would actually have the chance to do a small tour of the distillery and before they start dinner, but they haven't confirmed that yet. But we're gonna have a full course dinner. We're gonna try some whiskey. Gonna have some cocktails. Those around the kitchen table. If you guys don't know what the kitchen table is, pretty much Booker. No, the guys that you guys are drinking Booker right now had had his ways of actually studying while he was making his blend and batch, and he would sit at the kitchen table. Everything in the Beam family was talked about at the kitchen table. So when the time came for them to have a restaurant, as if you know about Booker, no, every expression tells a story of his
Story.
life. And so the kitchen table is also one of those things that are important to the Beam family. So we will be having dinner at the kitchen table. The restaurant, if you've never been to Claremont, the restaurant first is fantastic. The chef there is amazing. Their food is fantastic, but we get now to do an Afro Caribbean style food and actually serve it with some Beam, some banger from Beam. So keep in mind, when is it? I'm gonna put it here March 1st. So
Spice and spice.
yeah, it's March 1st. So come hang out. Let's have some Beam. I will remind you next week as well. But second, what is the second thing coming up? Second thing coming up, keep in mind, we gonna have some guests. I'm gonna announce those guests later on. I'm working on a few in February. I know we're having a guest for sure. A new brands that is coming up, minority owned. February is Black History Month, so obviously
Yep.
we are gonna have a guest on to chat a little bit about what they have going on, and we get to learn a little bit about what they have to offer. For all of you guys here, March is gonna be. I want to remind everybody, March is gonna be Irish 30 days of Irish whiskey. I've been doing this. This is the third year that I've been doing this. It's 30 days of Irish whiskey. A couple of our show in March. I'm gonna make sure we have a guest here and make sure that we have some things to try. But the goal this year is every review I'm gonna do is gonna have a secret word in it. I'm working to set up a calendar for you guys that will be available the first week of March. You have to be able to feel every secret word that you find till the end of the calendar. We're gonna have a plenty of winners. Every single brand, I'm asking to send me swag. So hats, shirt, t-shirt, all the things so you guys can win it. I don't want it. Trust me, I don't want it. I want to give it away. So I want y'all to actually be part of my 30 days of Irish whiskey and watch. If you're on YouTube, make sure you subscribe on YouTube, on TikTok, wherever you are. Make sure you subscribe. You know the secret word, you put it in at the end of the 30 days. Send me what you got, and we'll go from there and choose winners. We're gonna have a show just to choose winners. I'll even let Lewis choose winners so we can actually give away some shit just for y'all.
Give
So
away some shit.
just give away some stuff. So if you hear, if you heard me, good for y'all. But yeah, if you don't know who this man is, I just want to make sure everywhere you are on social media, on Twitter or on TikTok or on IG, this is his handle. Right? Make sure you follow me. Make sure you follow him. Make sure you follow him. Make sure you give him a follow. Tell him how he did on the show.
I mean,
Um,
I did.
tell,
Be honest.
tell him
No,
how,
be on and be please be honest. Please be. You're not hurt my.
tell,
You're
him-
not hurt
tell,
my
him- tell
feelings.
him how he did on the show
Yeah.
and what he need to fix or adjust or whatnot. Right. And if you don't know who I am and you still don't follow me, hey, again, today I'm gonna go on and check everybody that's subscribed either on TikTok on that, and I'm gonna try to do. I'll be back. I'm going to Vegas tomorrow. I'm gonna try to do it by Friday. I'm gonna check who are the people that actually won, and yeah, you get to try something I tried to. So
There you go.
yeah, yeah, that's what it's gonna be. Lewis,
Yes.
what's your final word? What do you want people to take away this Monday to go on with their week? You are the advisor after all. You're the one teaching the kids how to do with their student loan. So tell tell the kids something. Give them something.
A loan is not free. You have to pay that money back with interest.
That's
Just remember, when you get that check of $1,000 and you get that new iPhone, you are paying that money back. It is not free.
you
So
heard it from the man. A loan is not free.
the
A
loan is
grant
not free.
is free, but a loan is not free.
It is not free.
All right. What's my word of Monday? My word of this Monday is Stop bringing your badass kids to the grocery store.
Oh,
Keep their asses at home. That'll be my word for this Monday. For this Monday, I want every single parent out there that we get it. You want to get your kids out of the house, but stop bringing your badass kid to the grocery store and keep them at home.
keep them at home.
Because you know they're bad. We know they're bad, but we don't want to experience what you experience. Those are your kid, not ours.
Keep that shit at home.
So on this note, this was Monday Sucks.
Yeah.
We are happy you're here. If you have anything, any suggestion or anything, make sure you reach out. We're more than happy to actually go. I hope you all have a good Monday. What's your final pour? What's your final pour? For me, it's gonna be this. I'm gonna pour myself some single malt. It's gonna be this lag.
All right. So my final pour. Oh, dude. I don't know if anyone's up on this, but Fiddler.
Fiddler,
ASWS.
that's what Jake talked about. They have plenty of things coming out. Is it from
Oh yeah.
A? And actually, I'm gonna send him a message. He's is supposed to be one of our guests that is coming on for Monday Sucks. So yeah,
This bottle did not last long. Right here.
okay,
So that is my final pour.
that is the final pour.
The
Monday
final
Sucks back. Monday Sucks it back. Marcelo Gomez,
Suck
yeah, we
is
are back. So somebody said car pickup is free. Thank you all so much for being here. We appreciate you being here. Make sure, as always, like, subscribe, and we appreciate every single one of y'all. Cheers, everyone.
Cheers.